You don't need to be sitting behind your computer, looking at a monitor, on a keyboard to be creative. Bradley Charbonneau here, Repossible Podcast, and I was just listening to Joanna Penn's podcast, The Creative Pen. It's all about writing and publishing and the business of authors and everything, and which I love and I've listened to for years. And she had Kevin J. Anderson on, who is a lifetime writer who's written, I think he said something like 190 books. And he said something, it's one of those things where you hear somebody else say something that you already know. In fact, you already do. It's just when they say it, it sounds more clear, or you finally get it. Or in a way, I felt like acknowledged or even justified that my creativity comes from being outdoors. I really don't sit at a computer so much anymore, and definitely not sit at a computer to quote unquote create or be creative. Outdoors, especially in the morning, is when I'm at my most creative. With the audio recorder on or the video on. I mean, you know my videos. If you watch my channel, it's a lot of pepper on a trail, right? And that's where I get my creative juices flowing. It is not at a computer. It's not sitting. It's not at a keyboard. It's not in front of a monitor. It doesn't matter if it's a laptop, desktop, tablet. It doesn't matter. It's just all out here in the woods, in the nature. And that's where I see more clearly. My ideas are more clear. My confidence is heightened. Everything, almost everything, with the exception of maybe, editing or structure or part 1, part 2, part 3. But sure, that I can then edit later. What Kevin J. Anderson, what he was saying was that he's a plotter or a structured writer who does an outline first, right? And architect, that's the word I was looking for. Architect, where he plans it all out and has his outlines, and he knows in chapter 3, this is going to happen. But then and I don't know exactly how it does it, but I assume he does chapter 3, and that's where the dog is going to, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say something bad happened to the dog. I'm not going to say that. Where the dog happily prances along, and then we see a deer. So then he goes out and he records with his digital recorder the scene about the dog and seeing the deer. So I just love that. I just feel like acknowledged or justified. Like, see, I knew it was okay what I was doing. I don't have to sit behind the computer. So either do you. Find your creativity where it exists.